Welcome back to the PvP Esports Championship here live from the Suntech Convention Center in Singapore. And we are in the middle of our grand finals and are ready for the third game of the series. It is a 1-1 Fnatic versus Team Secret. I hope you're all ready for another action-packed game, as I'm sure this third game will be. Here with Grant Kyle and Capitalist Kyle. This third game, when we were talking about a best of 5, we always talk about, how a team learns, and these two teams that we have on stage, they're teams that learn in a best of 5. So what have they learned so far?
Well, I think that game, Puppy really addressed the DJ's hero. The Knicks in the first game had just free reign to kind of take over the map, whereas this game, he's playing against two supports that you just hate playing against, and a Kunkka. Weaver's not really the greatest matchup for you either. Like, there's no easy hero for Knicks to hunt, and you don't contest the supports very well at all. And I think that might just be the key here for Secret, is just shutting down DJ.
Morphling also has at least a little bit more survivability than Animage did in that first game as well. I think that would be another thing. Maybe Animage still isn't a hero right now. Maybe we learn that. Other than that, I'm not sure what Fnatic have really taken from that game. The Bloodseeker was really poorly set up in that game, so maybe it wasn't like they're already facing up against the Rubik Weaver, so they already knew the aggro dual lane. Maybe they felt like, we did, where we didn't actually expect that laning phase to go that badly. But also the fact that I'm not sure if you really like that so much against Kunkka, which was already picked up.
No, and I think the Phoenix Void, especially when you consider they're always second pick, Phoenix Void's a lot more complementary to their opener than a Bloodseeker CM. It just, you already have a much better, whatever it's called, a draft. I'll just.
Can you repeat your point? You were talking about it backstage. I thought it was a really good point about the way Team Secret's cores complement each other.
Oh, well, it's like whenever you have a scenario where your 3 cores all deal damage in different ways, but then you have a core that revolves around survivability. Survives through just pure tankiness. One that is mobile or elusive, and then the third core provides like a bit of lockdown and utility as well. Like it just flows. They all do very unique things in the game, and it's just simple to play around that.
Weaver's more focused on being able to like pick off solo heroes or be able to take out like supports, but he isn't necessarily the greatest team fighter. But you've also has this Kunkka who's really good at team fights, he loves to be able to take the 5 versus 5s, and then you've got the Morphling who is going to be able to contribute in his own little ways, but is also the hard carry that you need to win the game.
All the cores can make things happen, and all of the cores are also acceptable at like following up or playing around their other heroes, making action happen.
In turn, do you think that Fnatic's cores don't have that kind of synergy from that last game?
I don't know. What do you think, Grant? You're really quiet over there.
I mean, you're just killing it over here. What were you talking about again?
It was
I know about the cores. I think more so just not going on that, but the thing is, MP, I don't think you give him something like a Bloodseeker, because he is going to lose his lane, but you need him to do something after he loses his lane, and Void does do that. Bloodseeker absolutely does not do that.
Yep, that's a good point. And like, to your point about the cores, like none of those heroes want to just run in, right? You can't make anything happen as a Bloodseeker. You can rupture someone, but then what? You run in an auto attack. Then you have a Necro and an Invoker who both kind of want to connect to a fight. Like you have, there was like a 3-man tornado set up by Abed, but there's not really follow-up after that. You can throw down a Blood Right, but if it's not pre-planned, like it's just gonna miss. And then like what? Necro's walking in, You contrast that with Secret. There's an X, and then Bugs, and Battle Hunger, and then you have a Morphling that may or may not commit. Like, it's just so much easier to find kills while also setting up a further fight.
It's all very serious discussion going on here, and I love it. But sometimes when you're having a serious discussion, you want a little bit of light entertainment to break it up. So here we go.
It's time to zip up.
Yeah, I will try to stop it, and if I can't, maybe there's like bottle. I guess I'll just go. You know, I'll just.
Even if you bleed.
I can stop. I can stop.
All right, some real dedication there is just, you know, finding a bottle or just walking away. I don't even want to know. All right, so going into this third game.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Apparently, Daryl has as much control in game as he does outside of the game. God damn. He's like, I can stop, no problem.
Easy. Easy. This third game, Kyle, what do you think? You've seen both teams win. We've seen throughout the entire tournament so far that Fnatic has been very dominant. That loss just now was their first loss of the tournament.
Yeah.
Do you think that this is Fnatic figured out?
No, it's just how it goes. These are two strong teams, and I was, you know, fiending Reddit a little earlier. I'm just loving all the overreactions. You know, people saying, "Wow, Fnatic looks like the best team in the world," and Secret needs to make a roster change. We've had one game, but this is high-level Dota, and there's a lot of little things. We could probably talk as a panel through like an hour-long delay about all the elements.
Boy, Nisha's a garbage carry. Nisha, God carrying.
Yeah.
Great job.
It just and when you're at a level where everyone's this good, it's really just the game you're in. Like every game of Dota is unique. Like, again, I compare it to a chess match. Like grandmasters will play grandmasters, then every game is different. You don't ever know who will win.
We heard Zai say earlier today in an interview that, you know, there's no roster lock, so, you know, you can get kicked whenever, basically. How long do you give a fresh team? Both of these squads are fresh. How long do you give a team before you decide, you know what, it's not working?
I think it's up to you, right? Like, some teams can go, honestly, a whole year. Maybe they think it'll work. Others will go, what, 1 week? They'll be like, yep, I'm not going to work with this player. He's out, kind of thing.
I think that the deadline for making that hard decision is probably where it's kind of classically been, where it's like kind of halfway through the season. For the Chinese, it would probably be around the Chinese New Year, where, you know, they're like, okay, time to get serious. TI's coming up. Do I want to play with this team or not?
10 seconds.
I actually had, I want to talk a little bit about the opener here, since we are going to see the same opener. The question of Fnatic, are they going to go 3 times in a row? The Necrophos Nyx Assassin. Do you think that's bad?
Yeah, I think what Shiva said, are they figured out? And I would say, well, their opening got figured out, and they do swap it out. I think that's the only thing. They definitely got figured out on the opening, like you said. The Nyx, he was useless that game. Absolutely useless, and they swap it up, get the Rubik.
Yep, really good against the Weaver. You steal the Scoochie. It's an excellent spell. Excellent synergy as well, Necro. You have the amp damage on the Reaper's Scythe. Nice combination. And to your point, yeah, I just don't think you want to pick Nyx, but obviously you're going to take a support. And you deny Yapzor, what I would say is by far his best hero. Shaker banned, pick Rubik. What's he going to go?
Yeah. And I think the fact that you do have Jabs and DJ, you can actually play. I usually do not like 5 Rubiks, but I think this one team could actually do it.
Nice. I think that's a much better pickup than the Nyx Assassin because of the Rubik. Rubik actually hates playing versus Earth Spirit in part because you just can't steal anything from him that's good. And Earth Spirit's still going to be good against the Necrophos with his various disables. And
I like the Morph ban as well from Fnatic. I think that this was a game where Secret would consider first 2ing it. It's just such a good hero against Rubik and Necro. I like that they remove it completely. And the Void ban again from Secret.
I like the range of their heroes too, right? Like Weaver can Sakuchi out of vision, Earth Spirit can come from a long ways away. They have a lot of stuff to just set up. Meanwhile, Fnatic, like you have to be in your face with a Necro and a Rubik.
Yeah. And that was something Secret really abused in the previous game. They had so much reach, which is just a very underrated mechanic still. You had the X's, the battle hunger to try and chase people down, but specifically you have Weaver who's just connecting on any disable at hasted move speed. Now you have an Earth Spirit where you're going to invis in as Weaver, Earth Spirit's going to roll, and all of a sudden there's 2 heroes on top of you. It's very tough to deal with, especially when you're these squishy, int-based heroes like Rubik and Necro.
Kunkka is definitely going away this time, as they did in the first game. They're like, wait, now I remember why we did that.
I like that adaptation from both teams, really. I think Secret's going to continue to ban Void second phase, especially in a scenario where, you know, they have Weaver in the first 2. And it's just a really nice hero the way Fnatic is playing, because Necro Void, you have almost all of Abed's hero pool open as the last pick. When it's Necro Bloodseeker, you close it a little bit because you need, you just need team fight, right? You need something that actually sets things up.
So in both of the 4th bans from Fnatic, it feels like they're kind of protecting their core pickup of the 4th. So they banned the Ursa and they grabbed the Void. The last time they banned the Monkey King because they wanted the Bloodseeker. So maybe this fourth ban is going to tell us more about what their future cores pick up, or they just go back to the Art Ward and keep that out of hands in secret.
There's
Is it fifth ban, or do you actually mean the Kunkka ban?
What's that?
You said fourth ban. Is it Kunkka?
Oh yeah, sorry, fifth ban. My bad. I forgot we start with 3 now.
Yeah.
That's a hero we just haven't seen today at all, or we didn't even see much yesterday. Just PL gets banned out. And he's one of those cores you actually do see first picked a ton.
Yep. Neither, you don't really want to go Weaver, PL, and Fnatic. It's just not something you can open with in these sorts of scenarios. Like, both teams are, again, like, this is an advanced level draft. You can't just pick something because it's strong in the opener, because, you know, you're going to get figured out. I think Nyx is like a good example. He had a great game the first time. Puppy just baits it, says, DJ, you can't do anything now, and they just take a free game 2.
As you brought up with chess, right? You're always thinking 2 steps ahead. You can't just think in the now. You have to think in the future.
You're really adept at that as well, of course.
Yes.
So tell me, what's going to happen?
In the picks here?
Yeah, well, in the future specifically.
Oh, in the future. Well, in the future, you're going to be back on a team and you're going to win TI, Kyle. Congratulations.
Wow.
I mean, he could be right.
Yeah,
you know?
he could be wrong too.
He could be wrong as well, but you know,
really
the future will tell.
I really can't wait for TI 25 now.
10 seconds remaining.
Everyone's
Seems a bit-
retired.
that's a bit
Cap and
soon.
Kyle. Oh,
OD Pixel finally retires from Dota. I get to cast a grand finals, and Kyle's in it too.
You just got, I mean, you just need to learn a British accent, right? That's really what's holding you back.
so Monkey King ban. That's like a extremely specific ban. Doesn't that mean you want to pick a?
I mean, they did it
like-
last time for the Bloodseeker, and now the Kunkka isn't there, which also helps the Bloodseeker. And you do like Bloodseeker against Earth Spirit as well as Weaver. I wasn't sure if they were going to take Winter Wyvern as well as Rubik together.
Yeah. I'm
Because
not
it is
sure.
really good versus Weaver, one of the best supports out there.
And it
but
pairs good with Bloodseeker.
I just don't know if I like it in this game. The entire draft of Fnatic right now is super susceptible to reach, and that's all Secret has right now. Wyvern was first banned in both of the
10
previous games by
remaining.
once by Fnatic, once by Secret, but I don't like it too much here. I feel like the
seconds
damage output of Fnatic's lineup right now is quite low,
bad,
and it's
yeah.
squishy. Secret, now you have a decision. I would say Puppy's hero is most likely going to be your choice here. There is a Crystal Maiden in the pool, but you're playing against Rubik.
Fnatic's turn to
Whatever.
Going
you
back
like
to
it
the
versus
CM.
Winter Wyvern usually, right?
Yeah.
Because
And with
Cold Embrace just
with
is really. Oh, okay.
There we go.
Well, I guess that's Kunkka and Monkey King as well.
Yep.
Both do really well against Broodmothers, so.
This is where the Beastmaster comes in, I think. It's not the greatest Beast game, but with Kunkka banned, I think that's your go-to counter, and it's excellent synergy with Secret's lineup so far. You spam axes with CM Aura, helps with your Weaver, and it's super nice to play an Earth Spirit with it.
Now, so far, over the last 20-odd games Fnatic has played, it has been Ice playing both the Brood and the Necro.
Yep.
So who's going to give up, or who's going to
He's
take
playing
the hero?
Brood.
Yeah,
He
I
is
think-
the Brood
He's playing
player.
Brood.
He
Yeah,
is
for
the
sure.
Brood player. Yeah.
All right.
You always have a Brood player on your team. And
So
he's
we're
a-
expecting an MP Necro then.
Yes, for sure. I think you're going to last pick the Abed hero here, and Ice will just play pretty much any
10
lane you want. You could
seconds
theoretically
remaining.
throw a mid if you get that killer matchup. Lina is okay
5
against
seconds
Brood,
remaining.
but I'm not sure I would want to play that. But it's really just excellent against the 2 supports of Secret, and Weaver has a very difficult time dealing with Broodmother, like at any stage in the game.
You think this is more than likely going to be a Zai Lina probably?
I think so. I think you last pick the mid 1 hero here. Give Nisha the Weaver.
Man, this does look like, you just look at all 4 heroes, you're like, this is a really good Brood game.
I mean, whenever you have Ice, I feel like Brood is acceptable. I'm surprised we haven't seen Fnatic first to it in any of their on-stage matches, but perhaps that'll change as the series goes on.
I guess because they could always just pick the Kunkka immediately after, since they always do have the follow-up pick and they always ban it second.
Yep. I like to see Fnatic, though. Both games, they ban preemptively based on their next phase picks. You see a lot of teams, I feel, squander their 4th, 5th phase bans to cover the picks they've already acquired, whereas Fnatic is covering for that 4th pick core. And I like that.
That's what Cap was talking about, yeah, because they do blend. I mean, Monkey King versus Brood. Monkey King wasn't, that was a TI, right, where we just saw a Monkey King, it was like level 12 versus 7 or something?
Yeah. What are you picking for Abed that gets countered by Bloodseeker?
10 seconds remaining.
Bloodseeker, what do you mean?
5 seconds.
Because they banned the
remaining.
Bloodseekers.
Oh,
So what do they
oh,
want
sorry.
for Abed?
Because I was thinking
They need
Invoker,
damage.
TA, like
You need burst, right? I think Fnatic absolutely needs burst.
Yeah.
I don't know where
Yeah.
that comes from, but they have nothing right now.
I mean, you have TA versus, well, it's not going to be Lina, right? Because probably going to be side
Maybe
Lina, but
does Bloodseeker beat Brood? You can theoretically just rupture him. And it's great synergy with Secret's lineup, and Fnatic really struggles with burst already, and now you would include damage amplification. Could be a really rough time.
I think the laning phase more so, right?
Yeah.
Because Brood has one of the worst level 1 to 3s like in the game, and a Bloodseeker could absolutely deny every creep.
Yeah, we've seen Bloodseeker specifically at TI, you know, the Alchemist versus BS matchups where you get crushed, and then all of a sudden Bloodseeker's just running around the map winning you the game. Doesn't really
but then
matter
it'd
what the
be a side
matchup
lane
is.
Bloodseeker, right? Because we're presuming that we're going to have Ice playing side lane Broodmother, we saw before.
That's a good point. I was just think of Brood innately as a mid hero, but that's the strength of Fnatic, where they can pretty much do whatever they want with the hero.
Yep, and they do ban out TA, so
Most
possibly,
likely a mid Lina.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then obviously, I mean, it's not like Ice can't play Brood middle if he really wants.
I still stand by. I think Beastmaster is your best pick here.
I mean, what is that like? I understand what it does, but he's just like weak overall, right? Like he's good at pushing, but then you
10
just
seconds
eventually
remaining.
just kind of falls off, right? He likes throwing axes and doing roars, but what else?
I think it's the
5
synergy
seconds
with the
remaining.
draft in.
Just all of it, okay.
You already have damage. All of your heroes really provide
Fnatic.
damage.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh!
So that's the Zai, the old Zai Pango.
Interesting.
Are we liking it?
I
Are we
like
not
it.
liking it?
I do believe you will kill spiders as soon as you have level 4 Q.
Poppy's liking it. He's smiling.
I like it. I mean, you have the two best Pango players in the world, in my opinion, and Ice and Zai in this game, and now he's going to be like, I got to show him I'm the best one.
Yep.
I'm also on the panel, so.
10 seconds remaining.
All right,
Where?
Cat. No,
All right,
I-
what's Fnatic's answer?
They
I
banned the
really-
TA to protect the mid Lina
Yeah,
now.
the key to playing and beating a Brood is to ensure that you never lose the game to a Spider army. You need something that can address Broodmother when he gets that tempo up, and I believe Pango can do that. You just because the Swashbuckle is physical damage based on your attack damage. So at a certain point, the spiders will always die no matter what, and it's just that's it. Like Brood is now just one spider instead of a whole army. And there's the Invoker once again.
If it's not TA, it's
Yeah.
Invoker.
It's another hard Invoker game though for Abed. I think it's a better game. You have to. I don't know. I like Secret, guys.
Me too. I
As
like
long as
the-
this Pango gets off to a
And
start.
Earth Spirit versus Invoker, like,
Yeah, exactly.
he's one of the few heroes we actually still see roam middle reasonably early because he can get on top of you from so far and he wastes like so little time. I agree. I really like Secret's draft here.
One more advantage of the Pango versus Broodmother is that you're one of the better heroes that can actually catch the Broodmother, but not only because you have a blink instant disabled, but also because you can go into trees.
Yep.
That's always going to be really valuable for you.
That's a good point.
Just I'm interested to see whether or not he gets the Javelin, if it's necessary for him to have that extra damage to deal with these. Like, he'll probably kill Spiderites. I'm not sure if he'll kill the Spiderlings with level 4 Swashbuckle. I'm not sure. But maybe if he doesn't, maybe he picks up a Javelin because of that.
So are you all going against Ice's Brood?
I think so.
I guess we have to. We don't have to, but I will.
Yeah.
Yes.
The best Broodmother player of this time, and also very good at Pango, knows exactly how to deal with Pango, probably also as Brood. I don't think you guys have the right of it, but we're going to find out. It is time for the third game of the Grand Finals with OD Pixel and Fog.
Thank you, Shiva. Yes, game 3 now between Fnatic and Secret, and they let a Broodmother through. Ice has got his Brood. They've tried something different with it in terms of an answer. We've seen a lot of different approaches, of course, the Broodmother here at this LAN as it has got through the drafts a surprisingly large amount of times. Their answer is the Pangolier, a hero that we do not see because a lot of people would just straight up call this hero bad at the moment.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess like their thing is though they have a lot of team fight now coming out, and now they do have 2 lanes that you can actually kill the Broodmother spiders, right? Lina, if you do land your stun and you hit the nuke, you can kill the spiders. It's very hard because they're very quickly, but then also the Pango can clear them as well if he's in that side lane. So I think that's what they're trying to do is they want to have multiple lane matchups where it's like, okay, this Brood isn't just gonna take a dump on us, but it could actually, it could still happen, of course, if it's versus the Lina, but it is going to be that side lane, and we're going to see these teams try to scout it out and make sure they get the matchups that they want. So right off the bat, we already see it's an Invoker pick. Invoker is not a side lane hero. You know where the Brood's going to be going. You know it's going to be side lane.
Well, let's see what Zai can do. Zai on the Pangolier. Can't remember the last time we saw anyone pick this hero. You know, we sort of talk about heroes that don't get picked. This is certainly one.
I think it was at TI, right? It was Tavo, I want to say.
Yes,
I definitely saw a Pango.
There was definitely Pango games there.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Arbed, what's he saying no to?
30 seconds
What's he
to
doing?
battle.
I think he may have seen the Yapsor or something. I don't know. They were just like standing each other, looking at each other a bit.
Oh.
What the? Do you see? I said, what
Oh,
the?
it's scary.
Look at this.
The spider.
He's spazzing.
One of my favorites.
It's chilling. I mean, if the spider wasn't terrifying enough anyway. Eyesight.
I don't like that, actually. I gotta look away.
So we've got it on the top room spot. Puppy and Nisha coming in. DJ is there with the wraparound. Do want to try and go on some
battle
just looking to
begins.
secure his own bounty rune. I say he's walked away from it.
Oh, Ice got it.
He did get it. Did manage to grab it.
That's
So
3.
runes, that is 3 bounty runes going the way of Fnatic to start this game off.
Okay. So now they know this Brood is top for sure. You see Zai is starting to make his way to up there. He's already queued up the second Stout Shield, as we've seen a bunch of times now. That's the way to tank up and not really worry about taking all that spider damage. And now they will have this Earth Spirit plus Weaver down bottom.
Let's see how.
You see how Zai's walking all the way top, by the way. Very important, you walk to the lane.
In
if you
case they
TP,
swap.
then he TPs and you have to do this horrible walk across the map. So this is the smart move for Zai to come up here.
So yeah, Arbed versus mid-1, Invoker versus Lina this time round. See how well the matchup goes. Of course, last time mid-1 was on the Kunkka, had a very good turn up in the 1v1 in terms of the laning stage.
Should have one again
He
this
should
time
do
around.
indeed, yeah. Has that ability to really shove the wave in, secure the CS with the nukes.
Yep. And this time, Abed, he is not going to be going for the Exort. He does not have any setup really around the map. Like, Rubik Lift is not a setup for Sunstrike. It's way too short duration. And actually, looking at Fnatic's draft, they are very limited on like their disables in the game. So he needs to actually be this cost flex. And missing the Tornado mid-1 gives Abed the tip.
So what sort of point on this top lane can we start to sort of expect Secret to get aggressive on Ice? Is it sort of the level 2s, then suddenly the CM and this Pango can make plays on Ice, or?
Yeah, I think it's just they just want to have levels be built up so they can actually clear out the spiders. I think Fnatic also wants to just have levels be built up too, because they have Broodmother, which you need to have those high levels so you can build up your spider army. But I think right off the bat, I think Secret, they're just going to start, like, they're always going to be spamming their spells. They have Crystal Maiden on their team, so it doesn't really cost them that much mid-1. Getting some harassment.
It's getting pretty low at Arbed. Taking a good trade as mid-1 just down to his last shared tango there, but he's got the bottle now.
Yeah.
Managed to get the good farm for the bottle 2 minutes in.
Chaps finds a DD, and he is level 2. He's making the rotation. Mid-1 is very far forward.
He's getting aggressive on Arbed, but could get punished for this. Yapsor is also heading over towards the mid lane, as mid-1 already realizing what's up, keeping his distance, could try and turn with Yapsor if Yapsor's able to find some sort of catch and setup. Same time up top, Zai playing very aggressive on this top lane underneath the tier 1 tower, tanking a few of the hits as well, back towards the mid lane. Looking to make a go on to Jabs. Jabs trying to punch back with the double damage. Yapsor off the mark there with the roll, and an instant tip, of course, from Jabs sent the way of Yapsor as he makes that misplay. Arbed actually turns, and mid-1 came back towards the lane, so between the two of them with the Splinter Blast, Fnatic end up getting that kill, even though Secret, they were aware, of course, of that movement for the longest of times. Yapsor was there to try and make a counterplay, but they still end up losing their mid.
Yeah, costly misstep there by mid-1. Not having the vision on that high ground there. Didn't actually see the Wyvern for a second. I guess he thought he just moved. Just got hit by that nuke.
Right. Zai quickly looking to jump onto DJ. DJ trying to run back, but Zai's going to get the kill. One more touch finds. He's got the mango, giving him enough mana to swashbuckle to safety. Secret. So there's a kill on this top lane and do a good job of really forcing back Ice. He's down to his last tango.
I don't see how Ice is ever going to build up spider armies up here versus this. Like, the Pango's always going to have like decent levels in mana to spam, plus with the Crystal Maiden backup, like they should be able to clear out the spiders pretty well with these triple nukes that's going to be coming out.
Yeah, it's certainly going to slow down the start of Ice's game, but
Mid
once
one.
sort of the movements come through, could be punished. Mid one playing very, very deep here, giving more than enough time for Japs to TP him with the Splinter Blast, turn and take the kill with Arbet. As mid one, a second mistake and misplay in that middle lane, that's going to cost him his second life.
And he's 19-1 in the lane too, like 11 last hits on the Invoker. He's just getting a bit too overzealous, trying to put extra pressure on. Like he's just trying to min-max too much.
Getting a little too confident there, because I mean, pretty much every time that TP is going to come in for Jabs.
Yeah. And it's easy with a Winter Wyvern, with an Invoker. Very easy kills to be able to set up there with Cold Snap.
Yeah, Cold Snap, Arctic Burn, all the chase down in the world. There's no escape for mid one, even with a stack or two of the Fiery Salt. Bottom lane, Yapso's coming in with the rotation.
They know
Looks
the
to go
Shroud's
in
on
onto
cooldown.
MP. Indeed, 7 seconds until it's back up, but he's got the Tango. Boulder Smash comes out, MP will get a Death Pulse through, and Jabs, he's there with the backup. Fairy Fire as well, keep him MP alive, as he'll be fine. Yapso has to go for the TP out, MP coming in to see if they can get the damage down before he's out, but they can't. As Yapso will escape, but Jabs, the presence again. This Winter Wyvern, we've seen him have numerous strong performances on this hero, and already in his first 4 minutes, keeping that mid lane safe, turning it around, and keeping MP safe on the safe lane as well. Could be trouble here, though.
Getting chased up here with the bugs up, too. He's got to try to kill it off of himself, but Nisha should have enough damage to bring him down.
Can't quite get in range of the heal from MP. MP will be able to grab the bounty rune, but Nisha able to take something back for the team.
Another 3 for Fnatic, it looks like.
I will commit
As Nisha does pick up the bottle before he grabs that bounty rune. So we'll be able to continue to put the pressure on down bottom. I think bottle is one of the most core items on Weaver, personally, because you just have so much mobility in order to always pick these up early on, and you have mana issues.
Okay. One getting gone upon by Arbed. Yeah. Again, Jabs there with the Arctic Burn, slow and damage. Puppy's going to come in this time with the TP. So 3 heroes mid one turns with the Light Strike array onto Jabs. Jabs rolls down, kicks Jabs up to the high ground as Jabs will fall. Secret this time on top of the counter rotations. In both supports and able to get a kill for mid one. Stop Arbed getting another Lina kill.
one of my favorites.
And mid one is still leading that net worth in the mid lane, because you know Abed, he is able to get those kills and all that, but he actually had to use a bit of money to get some regen. Now he does have the 3 points in Quash though that takes you up pretty high to have enough. But now another battle.
He's able to deny the regen. A 2-man Boulder Smash coming through from Yapso as DJ slowed down by Puppy with the blast. Secret getting another kill around this mid lane area.
Top. Wow. Ice almost drops to Zai as well in the meantime. And yeah, you see the items coming out.
They're looking for him. Puppy and Yapso, they're ready to take this as Puppy finds an easy kill.
They knew he was going to go try to Shrine. Great movement coming out from them there. That's why Zai was pinging him. He's like, he's probably going to go Shrine. So Zai, as I was saying, he has the Ring of Health for the sustain, and now he's almost got the Javelin finished. So I'm even more concerned for this Broodmother. Already so early on having this Javelin. I mean, it's 6 minutes and the Javelin's coming out, so.
I'm sort of considering the difficulties that are being put against Ice. He's still not sort of totally getting bullied out of this lane. He's still finding farm. He's not taking over the lane as a Broodmother, but it's still early days. And he's still finding something. Bottom lane MP tries to get in onto the Weaver, but Nisha's out of there. Might find a chance to get that side down. As a top roll forward from Yapso. Boulder Smash off the mark though. With that extra move speed, Ice finds the easy juke. Despite having 3 heroes here, they can't quite kill that spider. Ice playing careful, but keeping himself involved to that lane, continuing to find some sort of farm and making sure that he doesn't get too far behind.
Now the Javelin did just get delivered now, so now it's like that kill threshold is much easier for Secret to go for up there, even if they don't try to connect the stun. As Earn is finished up for Yapsor, MP has opted to go for the phase boots this game.
See Nisha, it's going to make a bit of a go onto Jabs. Knows that Jabs doesn't have a point in the cold embrace. Does he want to look to dive for this one? He's thinking about going for it, but at the same time, he has to respect that MP has that Reaper's Scythe at the ready. Can't dive too deep underneath the tower, so Jabs will be safe.
Rotations all over the place. Fnatic making sure that they can secure the runes in particular. We saw Abed actually ditch the mid lane to check bottom rune. DJ gets the top arcane. DJ 0-2-0 so far on this Rubik. He has some pretty decent spells to steal though in the mid game. All CM spells, Pango spells are great. Weaver, Lina.
So this mid lane, only about 100 gold in it. between Ahmed and Midwinners. Midwin at the moment taking the walk back to base. Yapzor soaking up some of the XP here in the middle lane with his Earth Spirit.
Yeah, Midwin is jungling for a bit. I like this move too. It's a tradition. It's like a standard move that we do see a lot now from the course. You give your supports lane in. There we go. The javelin. Able to kill all those spider rates.
A lot of tasty extra gold for Zai, as we can see keeping Zai top net worth at the moment in this game on his Pangolier with the way that the lane's gone and the matchup is playing out. So far, starting to see how this Pangolier hero could sort of be the hidden potential answer to the Broodmother problems that a lot of teams have been struggling with. Zai
He's
playing very strong against it.
He's gonna have a Vanguard any moment now, and then he can't die to this Broodmother whatsoever. And Nisha continuously putting the pressure onto MP.
MP, for the most part, keeping himself safe. He consistently sort of has the high 1 charges, but as soon as he has to use it, does not want to risk sticking around in lane, as he'll back up.
I love the way Nisha's playing like incredibly aggressive down bottom. Like he's literally ignoring creeps to just hit this Necro over and over again. Mid, we see that successful gank on Jabs. As Abed is positioning himself top with the smoke to try to look for his own play. To catch his eye out. Just have DJ here.
Doing DJ at the Tornado. EMP from the high ground. They'll try and swashbuckle up to the high ground Zai, but he gets caught out by the telekinesis. Cold snap as well. Rotation from Abed and DJ. Open that lane up for Ice. Allow him to get involved with the kill onto the Pangolier. Secret, they do have 3 around though. They could look to still fight back themselves. Roll 4 from Yapzor. Does not find the angle to go in as of yet, but will be able to secure them that bounty rune towards the top. Down bottom, Nisha looking for another chase down onto MP. MP does have a scythe available. Can he actually get Nisha sort of low enough to find the chance to go for it? Doesn't look like it, unless Nisha wants to dive Nisha. Again, just really pushing himself to the limits here, making sure that MP consistently just has to back away from this bottom lane.
That should help.
And Nisha can continue to farm. Zai getting closer and closer to having that Vanguard on top of the javelin. Ice.
The damage that comes
Very
through.
nice. A little bit of a bait play though, as it seems, as Abed. He'll come in now, ready to go with the Urn and the Cold Snap. Zai will fall. DJ jumps forward with a stolen swashbuckle. Fnatic able to bait Zai in as Ice falls low, but that was the plan all along for Fnatic as they get that Pangolier kill yet again in pretty much quick succession after doing it the once just a minute earlier up top.
Yeah, he was very close to the Vanguard, and then now he switches to the energy booster, and then he switched back to the Vanguard, and now he's back to the energy booster. So he's really feeling the pain of the EMP in particular. It's like he can't actually use his escape mechanisms afterwards because he's completely out of mana whenever he does get grabbed by this Invoker. Arcane Boots is one of those items that, I mean, you see them of course, but versus an Invoker, versus the Quas Wex, it's so necessary to them. Like having at least one. Yeah, having at least one is just super important. We'll see if Zai's going to switch it again, though. He has switched like 3 or 4 times between his Vanguard and his energy booster, as he does switch again.
Tower taken on the top for Fnatic. Nisha down bottom, continues to put the pressure onto this tier 1 there. He's starting to chase down Jabs. TP does come through from DJ. There's Jabs. The blast is out. It's a bit of a bait though. They trap and they'll burst him down. DJ with the stolen Shikuchi finishes him off. Enough magical burst to take down Nisha during that telekinesis, as he did not expect DJ to be waiting and ready in the shadows.
Beautifully done with that, with the swashbuckle damage coming in, and then the Shikuchi to finish off. Very nice bait by Jabs, and DJ just hiding in the trees there. Very patient. Very close start, 5-6, less than 1k advantage. We see, of course, the last hits are favoring Secret quite heavily, but some of those are spiders, and the ganks overall from Fnatic, they've gotten the big one on Zai twice, so got quite a good chunk of gold from it.
I don't think any. Ooh, bottom lane, Jab. He's out just in time. I think any game where you're sort of even with an Ice Brood, you've got to be a little worried. Secret is mid lane. MP will burn the mana of Puppy and Yapzor, stopping them from being able to go for anything more onto MP, Arbed, or DJ. Now, Ice, you know, he may not sort of be sailing ahead on the Broodmother, but he's certainly not totally shut down and out of the game. He's still got a lot of potential. Zai does have a swashbuckle. He'll look for the angle, doesn't quite find it. Still hard to get those hits onto Ice with the movement speed he does have in the webs. Not the easiest of spells to hit against that fast and speedy Broodmother.
Could have had a chance of killing him there if we get enough Javelin procs, of course. And the top tower is dead. So that gives a little bit more openness to Ice as well. He's able to now invade into the jungle more, be able to spread her webs.
Down
Get that farm going.
MP is the target. Secret coming in with the smoke gang. MP, no escape. Secret find the Necrophos. Mid one. In fact, 4 members, of course, from Secret being brought down for that. That does mean Zai's on his own up top. He will show himself. And Fnatic instantly looking to make the counterplay. Zai looks to jump to the side, tries to get the Rolling Thunder off, but the Telekinesis, Cold Snap, and EMP are down as Zai, he'll get punished in return. Fnatic quick to make the play after reading that movement from Secret. The Secret move towards the bottom. They do manage to get their own tier 1 tower as well. As, on top of that kill onto MP, keeping this game very, very close. We've seen 2 games so far. Both started to sort of at this point indicate who was going to be taking the lead, but this time around it is a 1k lead for Secret. But Fnatic, they do have that Broodmother.
Yeah, and it's cool. Like, a lot of times we do see the Brood, and we see it's like, all right, the Brood gets left alone, right? And the Brood just kind of does her own thing. But the way Fnatic's playing is like, okay, they realize that Secret has a pretty good way of, you know, slowing the Broods down. And so they're sending Abed, they're sending DJ there to make sure that Ice can have a game.
And then Jabs, hit by a few procs there. The Swashbuckler, he'll just get straight up taken down. As they'll find Jabs.
Radiant's middle tower
Again,
is
sort
under
of
attack.
the Invoker combo, very irritating for the Pango to play into, as each and every time Zai just loses the entirety of his mana. They do roll 4, they do find Abed there. Yapso with a perfect opener.
That was, you saw Nisha there, the way that he positioned, like he Shikuchi'd up, hid in the tree line to give Yapsor the potential to get that. That was really nice there by him.
Yapso 2-0-3 so far this game. Up top, this sort of jungle getting certainly scarier and scarier for Secret as Ice starts to level up. They're sending in 3 for him. They're hunting, they try with the Yules. It isn't going to catch onto the Spider as Mid-1 unfortunately gets it onto the neutral keep. They do still see Ice trying to crawl his way into the pit. He won't make it away. Nisha with enough damage, making these movements on the Weaver, getting himself involved. And these few kills now really starting to bump Secret ahead. 10-6, 2K, 3K lead. As Mid-1, top of the charts with that Lina. On the lane, Zai, item-wise out to the Vanguard, hoping for that Yules. Yeah, extra bit of mana and sustain to play with.
He likes a lot. I mean, Zai's one of the ones that I've seen him do the Yules combo, I think, more than anyone. He always does the Rolling Thunder Yules just to get that set up inside of the fights.
Same time, Diffusal Blade picks up for Ice.
This is another game where, just like the last time, I'm looking at Fnatic's lineup, and I'm looking at Secret's. And I'm looking at, if once they start getting their BKBs on Secret, there is not really a whole lot that Fnatic can do. It's once the Broodmother starts getting more levels and damage, then sure, a little bit scary for them in that regard. This is going to be a very early Spirit Vessel picked up for Yapso to deal with that, both the Cold Embrace and, of course, the
Radiant's
Necrophos.
top tower is under attack.
Zai and Puppy just sort of hovering around the mid at the moment. Fnatic not looking to make any too crazy plays. Ice is the only one on the side of Secret's map.
Yeah, both sides are content with farming for their one of their next items. It does seem, I think, that the Necrophos was getting close to the Rod of Atos, I believe, that was queued up. Yeah, it just pretty much has it finished after that hood. So MP, that'll give them a little bit better ways to get some catch, because right now it's really dependent on either DJ having like a Shikuchi to get into steal, or the Tornado getting clipped from the Invoker.
Big Jabs. Nisha on the low ground at the moment. They do manage to get the steal here on the Shikuchi. Quick telekinesis. Can they burst down Nisha in time? They can't. Silence indeed coming out from Yapso, stopping the immediate side. MP does still find it out onto Nisha, but it's not enough damage. Nisha able to time that back. The Magnetize ticks down Jabs, and in comes Zai rolling forward, looking to find the connection onto DJ, but DJ dukes him with the Shikuchi. Fnatic, though, they've already lost 2 as both Jabs and MP go down. Certainly could have gone a whole lot worse, as you say, if Yapso wasn't there with that silence to stop them from losing Nisha to an early Reaper's side. As Secret able to get those 2 kills. Do lose Mid-1. Still taking the trades that keep them ahead. As the game goes on, Broodmother, Ice. He's getting the space now. He's taking over this jungle of Secret. As sure, they can kill him, they can sort of wipe his Spiderites, but it's still, it's a Broodmother. It takes a fair few resources. If you send the wrong heroes up there, Ice will quickly chase them down with that Diffusal Blade and find himself kills.
Yeah, it seems like they really are parking Zai up here for the most part, and then he's going to be TPing and making plays elsewhere, but he wants to defend this tier 2 as long as possible too. You know, tier 2s, you know, they're not like those where it's like, oh my god, it's not like your tier 1 mid or your tier 1 safe lane. You still want to keep it up as long as possible, but it's not that map control that the other ones do give. But Zai showing his face up top still, and you can see Abed is trying to go for this gank over and over here inside the Ghost Walk. As they are going to find Zai, he gets the Thunder off. Maybe this could be a bit of a bait play. Zai goes too far.
Ice, quick with the jukes at the moment. Same time down bottom, they find jabs. So Secret getting more kills for Nisha. Mid lane, DJ nearly actually taking down that tier 1 tower on his own. Still has the stolen Shukuchi to play with, so he can get away with making these aggressive wave shows happen as a Rubik. That's also a bit of a bait here. Abed's there already as well. DJ Shukuchi's back in for telekinesis.
Gets the stone stun too.
He's going to hold down mid one, and as well with the Spirit Vessel upon him, he's falling low, but he's able to turn, get the Light Strike out, in fact, onto Abed. As Yapsor's there with the setups for them to find the counterplay. Mid one's able to bottle up, heal up. DJ, another stolen Light Strike array thrown down onto Yapsor, but Nisha's turned up to the fight, comes in for the finishing blow. And Secret
middle tower is under
put a
attack.
stop to that attempt there from Abed and DJ. We've seen some great plays from the two of them game after game, but this match here, Secret ready and prepared each time they try for those in the middle lane. Yapsor's not done. He's looking for more puppies there with the wraparound. They get Ice. Secret straight from the middle up towards the top. They know that Ice is going to be retreating towards that shrine. And mid one, he's all over the place. He comes down towards the bottom lane, does not have Laguna Blade, so will not be able to make a go on his own. But Puppey has also turned up to the fight as well. He's a pretty beefy MP at the moment.
They've got to be careful. There's also the shrine there. There's going to be reinforcements coming in, and immediately it was. Yeah, Fnatic, they do port down. They even smoke. They're trying to get a catch of this. They want mid one, and they know it's the bounty runes. They throw the tornado, even without the vision.
Mid one, look for the Yules, but there's going to be jabs for the Winter's Curse, holding mid one in place. Puppey's going to head over. Can Secret turn this? No, they can't. Reaper's Side's going to be down. Maybe Zai can do something big, though. Comes in with a 3-man Rolling Thunder into the 2-man Boulder Smasher in Yapsor as he catches both Abed and DJ. Secret get 2 more. As Nisha turns up, more kills for the Weaver. Jab's able to TP out on the high ground. The Secret aren't done as now MP left alone. Yapsor kicks MP back into the hands of Secret as Secret take the fight. Fnatic diving a little too deep there to punish mid one as Secret come out on top in terms of numbers. Zai and Nisha coming out on top as Nisha gets closer and closer to that BKB, only about 100 gold away. And as you said, a BKB this game once again is going to make things very hard for Fnatic in terms of getting the damage down onto this Weaver and actually killing Nisha.
Yeah. In that last fight, too, like, they threw that tornado blind. Like, they were just like bounty runes. They know that someone's going to go for it. And yeah, that's just, those type of spots, fighting versus a Pango it's just so scary. It's so easy for him to set up the bounce back and forths as Nisha.
Making an Ice. You do have Zai coming across as well. As Ice has to be careful. He's healing himself back up with the ultimate. Just try and pull himself off the map.
He got pushed back down for a second there.
Abed is there as well. Zai quick with the swashbuckle, looking to try for the Rolling Thunder, but the cold snap comes through. EMP's down as well. Zai can he get the Rolling Thunder off in time? He can. Now he's looking to go for the chase down. There's a lot of members of Fnatic here. Gets the Rolling Thunder onto the 2 of them. He's got to look to just roll his way out and does jump down to the low ground with the shield crash. Goes for the TP. Is there anything to stop it? Yes, there is. They're in. They get the stun off. Zai still has another swashbuckle, but the Diffusal Blade slow from Ice comes through. The cold snap as well. Zai will fall. Fnatic get the kill onto the Pango. Tornado and a meatball will hold Puppey back. This Puppey will be able to heal up through the shrine. Fnatic able to keep one another alive there. An attempt on Ice's life unsuccessful.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nice play by DJ. Stealing that Rolling Thunder. Of course, being able to use your spells while you are in Rolling Thunder gets the lift off, and Jabs having to use a defensive curse as Nisha being very aggressive, putting that pressure on.
Nisha after the BKB, queuing up the Diffusal Blade, just getting some damage online now that he has that defensive capability and these early BKBs all round. 22 minutes in, Midpoint's got his as well.
Yeah, they exactly the same thing as the last game. They did this timing when they want their BKBs for them to just have that well overabundance of team fight to be able to take it versus Fnatic in every situation. It's gonna be, I think right now it's gonna be really hard. The next few moments it's gonna be really hard for Fnatic, unless they just try to get these pickoffs or try to force these BKBs.
Secret 19-9, 22 minutes in, 7k gold lead.
It really feels feels tough for Fnatic to make a lot of these moves. It seems like they have to do like a lot of two responsive ones. Make Secret kind of like take the bait, and then they can try to turn it around afterwards. But now Secret, like we said, they've got this timing. 2 BKBs ready. They're smoked. They're looking. They saw the double nuke. Jabs did ping it out. So he knows they're smoked in the mid lane. At least the Lina and the Crystal Maiden.
Ice.
Steps up.
So have to be careful. He's on the high ground. Yapsor's ready to roll in and search for Shroom and Puppey. Finds the Frostbite. Boulder Smash to follow up. Have they got the damage to burst him? Ice, used up. Held in place. Roll forward from Yapsor. Puppey gets the final touch. They catch the Spider once again.
They want more. They want to just keep trying to look for these fights. They've got 40 seconds now without the Brood. It looks like Nisha wants to go for the Rosh instead, though. The beauty of Weaver always makes your lineup. Kind of just turns it into a Rosh lineup with the bugs.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Fnatic can head over for this. They do have good ways to fire around the pit. Winter's Curse is back online.
Okay.
The combo is there as well from the Invoker, but outside of the pit, Jabs, he's been found. Jabster and Puppey keeping him away, so that capability with the big team fight ult will not be there for now. Roshan under half health, Jabs buying back, knowing the importance of being involved. They have to push Secret away from this Roshan. Sunstrike comes through, they know the status of Roshan's health. Can Fnatic get in to do anything about this? The Winter's Curse comes down on the sideline. Nisha committing with the BKB, ready to fight, ready to head in. Zai charges forward with the Rolling Thunder out onto MP, bashing him about. The stun comes through from the Laguna Blade, but MP forced down to the bottom. He's still trying to retreat. Nisha still trying to chase, cannot quite finish off MP. On the back lines, Rubik going up against Zai. Zai swashbuckles down to the low ground. Arbed, Deafening Blast comes through, but mid one pops the BKB. Light Striker ready to take down DJ as Nisha continues to chase onto MP. Ghost Shrouds back up though, as MP will be fine. Secret only getting the Rubik kill, but they have forced Fnatic away from the pit. Puppey
Does get picked off.
nuked down by Ice, so we're in an even situation now. Both teams without a support. Roshan still sitting alive pretty low at the moment. As who is able to push who away from the pit? Ice. Making the most of these webs to get in and out, get that sort of information each and every time on the whereabouts of Secret. The bugs coming through from Nisha. They know where Ice is at.
Zai is dropping very low. There's still the Necro ulti. They have to be careful.
6 seconds and
I think I saw
DJ's going to be back in the game.
I think I saw something I've never. I think I saw the Pango ulti bounce off the shopkeeper. Did you see that in that fight? I'd never seen that, but it looked like that happened. I could be wrong, but
He's a bit of an absolute unit.
it could be. And now they make their way in. It's dropping very low.
Ice is taking the Roche here. The roll comes from Zai, comes in with the Thunder. Who's going to get the final touch? It is going to be Secret, and they will grab the Aegis. Secret getting in time. The Winter's Curse play from Jabs down onto Zai will mean that Mid One beats down his own teammate. Nisha with the BKB commitment, trying to chase for more. Mid One can commit as well. He has got an Aegis if he wants to try and fight, but maybe Fnatic can quickly take it away from him. Mid One's got the BKB charge, pops it, turns with the Light Strike, won't quite catch onto DJ as he gets himself out of range with the short shield crash.
Secret's happy with that. They got the big win there. They got the Roche. They lost Zai, but it's perfectly fine there.
They got a lot of money on Mid One as well. He's walking around with 2.8k gold, ready to put into whatever he wishes. Secret, as you say, maintaining this advantage, keeping the Roshan and Aegis on their side as Jabs. Cold Embrace, does he have any sort of backup? There is Arbed down towards the bottom, but they'll leave Jabs for dead, as it were. Jabs there as well, the extra control.
And yeah, we can see exactly what we were talking about, right? It's like those BKBs, they're up, and you can see that Fnatic is very, very hesitant to kind of walk in particular MP. He's like, he can't actually get these good Necro ulti targets because of all this. There's just great protection coming out from Secret, both from the BKBs and as well from Yapsor. He's had some very clutch silences and perfect timings. As they really need Ice's BKB, so he can actually be the one to deal that physical damage that they're latching inside of fights.
I mean,
yeah, he can't.
It's still a Mid One, it's a Lina. Yeah, at the end of the day, if they can sort of play around and shields, get on top of the Lina, the Diffusal Blade slow, they have ways of killing him.
If she doesn't have the BKB.
Yes. Max, of course, the next time pick up for Mid One, so he has that extra burst to play around these sort of defensive items. Another tower for Secret. Continue to lead here in this game 3 of the best of 5.
Top tower is under attack.
They're smoked up again.
Ready to make the most happen.
Oh, he's going for the Aghanims again. Seen him doing this a lot, right? Even on, I think,
He does like it. He does like to get the Aghs.
I guess
if he doesn't have to get BKB, sometimes he gets it straight after the Yules.
Yeah.
Oh, Ice. Is he going to be able to get away from this one? No, he's not. More than enough burst from Secret as Nisha. Now godlike on the Weaver.
You know, the Aghanims is cool because yeah, it goes through the BKBs, but also like the Necrophos. Sure, like the Ghost Shroud, you're not amping it up if he's Ghost Shroud, but you don't have to worry about the hood at all. It just goes right through. It's all that high damage that's just going to pierce through easily.
Yeah, in terms of the numbers, it still certainly works in your favor.
With this Blink Dagger that YapzOr has picked up a bit ago, they have so many better... They just have better ways of starting the fight now on Secret. You look at on the side of Fnatic, and their way of starting the fight is like a Great Winter's Curse, or DJ running in with some Shukuchi and getting a lift, or yeah, like Abed getting some amazing play. Secret, they've got an Earth Spirit and a Pangolier. King's a team fight when they've got this way to be able to start the fight with that Blink Dagger. So definitely feeling worried here for Fnatic as they're getting further and further behind.
Got to be careful if Fnatic is Secret. Starting to swarm into the jungle. DJ be able to steal the Shukuchi, and will head the correct direction away from Secret's sweep there of Fnatic's half of the map. DJ will live to see another day. There we have it. The Aghanim's done. More one's Lina, and up top YapzOr already finding a target. Opening up onto Jabs. Jabs will turn. Gets the Winter's Curse off. Jabs will still tick down to the Magnetize.
And now it's, I mean, defensive curse used. Now they can't take a fight at all versus Secret, which they probably couldn't anyway, but now Secret can go to try to pressure these towers, keep their lanes pushed in.
Still have the Aegis on mid one.
Yep.
A lot of things working in Secret's favor now as they continue to build this lead. To take this tier 2 tower in the middle lane. Down bottom, Abed trying his best with the split push on the Invoker. Same time looks towards the mid. It looks like DJ is looking to cut that creep wave, but mid one's already got a creep wave with him. As they approach the base,
Abed's finally going to get his Aghanims. It is a game. It's almost 30 minutes in, and he's just getting it after this. It's very slow.
Yeah, Abed's rougher games.
Yep.
On the Invoker, as we've seen him have countless performances that have been incredible, but this time round, Secret have done a fantastic job at not only, as we were saying, addressing the Broodmother problem, but also the other strengths of Fnatic, and down inside the river. Ice has got the BKB, but the Laguna, the Aghanims, that's why you got it there. Mid one, able to burst through that magic immunity with the pure damage. It's Ice down for a minute. And Secret, you can feel this game will be a very big victory for them. You know, being able to show that they can beat the Ice Brood.
Yep.
That will knock a fair bit of confidence out of Fnatic.
The Aegis gets reclaimed, but they're still feeling pretty confident. They take this tier 2 now. Still perched pretty aggressively. Just seeming so hard for Fnatic. I mean, like we said, they have Abed with the Aghanims, but he is not this Aghanims beast where he's level 23 or something. He's just a level 16 Invoker with an Aghanims too.
Play around with mid one a good fair bit there.
Mid one, he look how he just holds the BKB. He knows. He's like, you guys can't get me like this. There has to be a Necrophos there to be able to do it, and MP was showing up in that top lane, so he was very confident with this Lina. DJ is going to be the one trying to do this split push to keep Secret reacting, but these are just stalling mechanics for now.
Yeah, did use the illusion rune there as well to actually pull the mid creep wave away. So made sure that Secret didn't have any sort of momentum going over to Fnatic's half of the map. Just sort of trying to keep this game going so their 3 cores can sort of catch up to the power that Secret's at.
They've got a long ways to catch up though. But yeah, Abed's 16, Ice is 18, MP 17. But then we look on the other side, 22 Weaver, 19 Lina, 19 Pango. They're just having a much better time overall on their cores especially. I mean, and their supports too, to be honest. There's Nisha. We'll build toward an Eye of Scotty next. So having better ways to just chase down through that BKB. He can also just chase down pretty much anyone with this too, and just having that raw stats as well. They're feeling, I mean, they're starting to feel pretty comfortable in this game. You can see it with their movements.
Lane DJ. Close. Tries to do his best with the stolen Shukuchi to give the information that Fnatic need in terms to know when and where Abed can safely push out lanes. As he does manage to get all the way around to that top tier 2. That top tier 2, another push and it will be taken.
They have to be careful how they push those lanes. Just when you're going for split push right now versus this Blink Dagger YapzOr, Blink Dagger on Zaya as well. They both have easy means to just get on top of you right away. You can see Ice. Look how he's farming. He's just like, I mean, it's a Broodmother, of course, but like he's really making sure he stays in the tree lines while he's doing that. Can't show his face at all.
I think even for Fnatic now, it may even just be the sort of the Roshan. This is the Roshan area is definitely a good place where Fnatic have the chance to take a fight despite being behind. They're getting a Winter's Curse. They sort of, duck and dive in and out of the fight with heroes like Ice's Brood, make Secret use some early BKBs.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Open a chance for them to take a very good fight around that confined area, but at the same time, Secret, they have to sort of go, get called by the bluff, pop those BKBs when Fnatic want to. Secret are good at holding them. As we've seen that they have been very good at so far. Mid1 keeping his composure when he gets gone on, saving those BKB charges for when it's absolutely, required. Yep. It's going to be very hard for Fnatic to outplay Secret in that sense.
Spot on. Exactly what I was going to say. Yeah. The BKBs are just a little bit too much for Fnatic to deal with. They have to find a way to either kill somebody through it with like a curse, or make them just pop it early, just like you were saying.
Secret.
Ready to battle.
Here we go once again.
Level 20 now picked up on mid one, so that spell amp picked up as well. So yeah, Laguna hurts. Just 1,000 pure damage, 1,035 pure damage coming out from that Laguna Blade.
DJ, he's going to head forward, but this could be a bit of a bait for the Secret. Zai looking to try and get the Rolling Thunder up, but the Reaper side comes down. They'll be able to find Zai. Winter's Curse as well. Here's Fnatic. Can they set up for another kill? They've caught the two of them. The EMP combo coming through from Arbed as Puppey getting turned towards, stunned up as well by the Cold Snap. A second kill for Fnatic. Ice with the BKB turning towards Nisha. Nisha still has the Shukuchi and the time lapse. So he'll be fine, but Fnatic taking a good trade there, getting two. Only losing the one, that immediate focus onto Zai, which did at the start look to be some sort of intentional bait by Secret to get Fnatic to step a little too far into the river. Didn't work out. They had the Necrophos in position to get the good kill, and talking about the Necrophos bottom lane. Secret, they'll find MP as he goes back towards farming on the bottom. Maybe expected the rest of Secret to back up with two of their heroes being dead, but Nisha and Mid1, they have really not any sort of fear that they need to show. They're very far ahead. And they do not need the entire team to make those sort of plays. So quickly punishing MP off the back of a play that looked to potentially help Fnatic get a little bit back into the game. And Nisha, he's still inside the base. He's making them fortify. He's causing all sorts of issues here.
Forcing the glyph like that is beautiful. They get themselves now their bounty runes as well. They go claim them for the side of Secret.
Nisha's now got their level 25, that extra Shukuchi movement speed. Arbed does have the gold for BKB.
Scary Weaver, level 25, Scotty almost going for the Daedalus next. Yapso though, I believe he has a gem too on him, does he not? He does, he's gonna get caught here it seems.
That is gonna be, as you say, the gem going the way of Fnatic.
Very nice.
Still 10k behind, but Fnatic certainly still showing they have a good sense of fight in them. Getting closer and closer to that point where Roshan will be back up, and there it is right now. Roshan back in the game. 50 seconds without Yapso, and Fnatic, they realize this is a good chance for them to get into the pit.
We saw we definitely saw the signs of life from Fnatic, the way that they're able to actually blow up a target. If they can then get the lift off, get that Necro ulti, they can start the fights with a number advantage. They have to do it very perfectly, although, because they have to watch out, too. If there is a lift, they can get force staffed or something from Puppey or whatever.
They could get a pick whilst they have the numbers advantage, and with a curse like this, they certainly can. Curse down, trapping the three of them. Zai, after the end of it, will swashbuckle down into the river, jumps up to the high ground, has the Rolling Thunder to keep himself safe.
Mid1 finds MP, though, by himself in the sideline, just kills him in 2 or 3 clicks there with the Laguna Blade.
Nisha, he's wrapping around. He's got his eyes on Jabs. Jabs does have a Cold Embrace and a Glimmercape, though. The Jabs will get up to the high ground. Nisha goes back towards objective, starts to hit into that tier 3 tower. He's got a BKB, he's got a time lapse, not a lot that he has to be scared about.
Yeah, no glyph. Like you said from before, they forced it, so Nisha.
Arbed's coming with the counterplay. Nisha tries for the TP, but Arbed's there. Off the back of the Ghost Wall, comes in with a surprise. Tornado's out as well. DJ jumps in with the dust, but Nisha's got the BKB. He can walk it off. So Nisha will get away, but that is a BKB charge taken out of him, and the Sunstrike not going to be on target. The movement speed from the Shukuchi gets Nisha back to safety.
That would have been a massive pickup there for them. Still would have had buyback, but would have maybe been able to force that because they could have led that into a Roshan afterwards if they got the pick off, but just unable to find it.
And Fnatic, we sort of saw this even in game 2 where they did lose. They're still very good at making these plays making these fights happen even when they're a decent amount behind. Certainly keeping themselves held on in this game.
Definitely. And DJ is going to be going for Naganins too. He could get some pretty cool steals. He gets his own Laguna. He can throw that pure damage right back, and then they actually do have something to go through those BKBs. But you can still see those BKBs are so powerful. Ice is getting close, if not having... Okay, getting close to the Nullifier. That's another thing too, is that these things, they can find ways to be able to prevent those BKBs. Especially if they do get a nice Winter's Curse. They can pop the Nullifier right afterwards to be able to prevent that magic immunity. So he does have it finished. And YapzOr does hit level 22 on the Air Spirit, so the juicy GPM talent, 150. Already having his 3 core items, he can go for that Agony Slave now next.
Roshan in backup for a few minutes now, but Secret, understandably, not that too confident in heading into the pit. They respect how well Fnatic can defend this area of the map. They themselves will need to find a team fight or at least a pick-off or two before getting themselves into that area.
Nisha switched up the build. It was originally Daedalus. He's gone for Nullifier to be able to go up, of course, on the Necrophos and just prevent BKBs too.
For DJ. The telekinesis, they've got the grab and the control to mid-1. Mid-1 gets the BKB out though. Puppey now being chased. The Nullifier down from Ice will cause the death of Puppey. Puppey buys back straight away. On the high ground, Zai. Around as well with the swashbuckler. That was what, another BKB charge used by mid-1.
That's down to 6 seconds now. I believe it was Nisha's is still at 7. So they still have those at decent timing. But Fnatic, you can see they're trying to keep these lanes pushed out so they can make sure to just, I mean, it's all about the Roshan really in these next few moments. You do see them. They're looking to try to get a pick here.
Jump forward from YapzOr. Does find the border smash done. The force from MP will take Ice to the safety on the side. Zai tries to go in with the Rolling Thunder. Does have the control, but there's the Winter's Curse. Jabs locks the two of them down. Laguna Blade comes down onto MP, but MP, he's able to heal himself back up, get up towards the high ground. Zai and YapzOr trying to chase MP, but on the back lines. Ice goes towards Puppey. Ice held down by the Frostbite. Light Strike Array comes out as well from mid-1. They'll get the Spider. Nisha with the BKB looking to commit for more as he goes forward with the Shikuchi. Bugs out onto Arbed and MP. A buyback comes out from Ice as YapzOr dives very deep in. The side counterplay comes in as that's YapzOr gone for 2 minutes. He'll buy back. Ice off the back of his buyback will find Puppey. The BKB about to wear off. Nisha getting himself away from the EMP. As they're back into the game with 4, Fnatic have 5. Puppey down for 80 seconds. BKB has already been used pretty much from both sides. That is going to mean out of the 2, Secret will feel that little bit more vulnerable as DJ, he's trying to lead in, but the sentry's already down. Instant silence from YapzOr. Self-fuels as well from DJ, trying to buy time to get out of this one. Can he escape? The cold embrace. Time's been given to him by Jab. On the back though, they're losing the Spider. Ice caught out. That's a dieback. Ice gone for nearly 2 minutes. And now Arbed, focused by Nisha. Nisha holding back though, doesn't have the BKB ready himself. Arbed does still have his BKB charge at the ready. Could turn and look for a combo. The Rolling Thunder's going to run out in a minute. The stun does connect onto Jabs. Jabs left behind. The rest of Fnatic will go back to the high ground.
He knows that he has to buy back. Same exact scenarios as before. Has to be able to try to contest that roast, but they don't have a Broodmother for 90. Ice. The first time he died, he had like 2 seconds left cooldown on the BKB. Buys back. Actually commits his BKB to kill a Crystal Maiden. I think Puppey was all right with that, and then overcommits a little bit too far. Secret able to play that one nice and patiently and keep this now 13k advantage, and looks like they could be able to secure this Rosh.
They
scan have to watch out Fnatic.
They know exactly where Fnatic is, and it's hard for Fnatic because mid-1's BKB is ready, so's Nisha's. Look at the telekinesis, EMP's down. Mid-1 will he put the BKB? He does, ready to look to turn, but the Winter's Curse out from Jabs, making it hard to get towards Arbed. Arbed forced to the side. Mid-1's BKB now ready, it's worn out. They're going for the All Scepter, but with the Lotus Orb, he's going to throw himself up an Arbed. He held his BKB that little bit longer, so he's still got his ready. The Laguna Blade comes out, jump forward with the Swashbuckle, Cataclysm's down, Arbed still alive, finally falls. They've lost the Invoker, but they've lost mid-1 as well on Secret. Both mids down, mid-1's got the buyback available. Arbed does have his ready. Is he going to look to commit it? DJ just getting away at the moment with that Shikuchi. We'll be able to grab an Invis, quick link out. So Secret now back for the upper hand around the pit with the leaner up, but Arbed does have buyback ready if he feels the necessity to commit it. But they don't have the Winter's Curse. Both teams now with BKBs on cooldown for still about 20 seconds or so.
Don't think they can contest it even if you buy
They're going to let this one go. Secret will be able to finally secure this Roshan and get themselves the Aegis and Cheese. Fnatic, they put up the best fight they could around this area, but they sort of conceded at the end. They could have brought back on the Invoker, but they'd rather protect the buyback. Don't want to go for that too high risk play when they know that there's no Winter's Curse. They'll wait for the high ground defense and Mules continue to back off. Ghost Shroud now available. Nisha with the BKB trying to go for this. The Cold Embrace is down the nice side. He's straight on top of Mid-One. Mid-One forced to the side. Glimmer Cape as well, keeping Mid-One safe. Five side as the BKB runs out. He has to back off. Mid-One jumps in with the cheese. Back up to full. Burst down MP. Zai jumps in with the Rolling Thunder. Gets the stun onto Jabs. Jabs, Glimmer Caped up. Shield Crash jump forward from Zai. He's trying to find Ice with Jabs. Nisha just diving straight into the bases. Jabso has the stun control onto Jabs. That's going to be Jabs dead. He's without buyback. 10 seconds until Abed's back in the game. The Secret will now retreat back away from the base. But they're continuing to get the game back on track, keeping that lead growing. 13k advantage now for Secret.
Look at that, too. Mid-One is taking the Dragon Slave tool cooldown to try to keep, I guess, Fiery Soul stacks up and just wanting more magic damage to go through this Necro. But yeah, Secret, overall, just getting the better trades out of all of this, too. They had to use the cheese there, but for a good cause.
Absolutely.
Be able to dive so far forward, get that kill.
They still have that Aegis on Nisha, ready for when they want to make that next aggressive play. Lincoln Sphere done on Zai, so he can feel a bit more confident going up the Rolling Thunder, not sort of worrying about the Reaper side lockdown.
This is the 3 cores on Secret, look at this, they're all just tied. It's 20,000 net worth across the board on them. They are just that much stronger than Fnatic in these fights over and over again. And I mean, MP is still, like, he's just struggling a lot in these fights. Like 3, 6, and 5 on this Necrophos. He's trying to walk it to get these spells off. He now has an Aeon Disc, which will protect him a bit better. But yeah, this Aghanim's Laguna is really putting problems for Fnatic.
Zabed, very close to having the money for the Hex online. We'll be interested to see if he does opt to save for buyback, though. Yes, he does still have his at the ready.
A golden thread.
And does he sort of feel the pressure to pick up that Hex ASAP and get these kills? We'll find out as he does close in on the gold for it.
Secret all staying together as a unit. Keeping their lanes pushed in. Just staying on the opposite side of the map here. Making sure they can keep the pressure up. As they're feeling pretty good. Zai has chosen, the Swashbuckle cooldown, so he's going to be able to push out lanes constantly, and he does a decent amount of damage with that Maelstrom, too. 3-second cooldown on, or 5-second cooldown on Swashbuckle, sorry. Yeah, they're keeping all the waves pushed in. They're even using their aggressive glyph to push it in, too, because we do have double catapults coming in to be able to put the pressure on the lanes.
Right outside the base.
Yep.
Ready to get in. Nisha looking to commit. The Nullifier will come down upon him. They've got the Telekinesis as well. Can they kill him the once? With the Stolen Laguna, they can.
They even tried to protect him with everything, too, with the Lincolns thrown on it, but more than enough spells to be thrown out. Now the BKB comes out from Nisha.
Straight away pops it, but the fortification's there for Fnatic. Secret have to back off. That is the Aegis gone.
Radiant's middle tower.
A good start here to the defense from Fnatic. They will still lose that tier 3 tower. Question is if Secret feel confident to go for more, and it doesn't look like they do. They'll back off, they'll take the shrines.
Dire's top tower.
Play it safe for now, Secret.
Probably gets the top tower denied, and also
Radiant's bottom
clears the creep wave with the freezing field. So level 20 on the Crystal Maiden now too. I mean, the supports as well. Look at this; they're all starting to see Jabs falling behind a little bit here. But the CM and the Earth Spirit commit so much into these team fights for their team. Well, it's a lot harder for Fnatic. I mean, getting into the fights just feels much more difficult for Fnatic versus all of what Secret does have with, in particular, I mean, Zai as well as Nisha being just so damned farmed and tanky. And this Pango just feels incredibly difficult to kill.
It's really worked out this game. As we sort of said at the start, a hero that pretty much every other team at the moment will ignore this. It's sort of towards the top of the Dota circuit and making it work big time in this patch. And in a game where they're against the Ice Brood, they've come out with answers, Secret, and so far so good.
DJ is the highest level on his team, I just realized that. He's level, well, it's tied with the Broodmother, but MP still only level 22, Abed only level 23.
I'll tell you what's going to be nice, isn't it?
What's that?
Aghanim's Laguna Blade with the 25 Rubik Talon.
That could be pretty fun.
I don't know the numbers, but that's a lot of burst damage. But that extra, what, 75%? We're hitting nearing a 2k nuke, pure damage. People gonna die.
People definitely gonna die. if he's able to get it off.
You get that on someone a Reaper's Scythe, that one kills pretty much most people in the game.
As long as it doesn't get blocked by Lincolns.
Yes. Which, as we've seen, Secret have been very good with in terms of keeping one alive.
And he's got to get the re-steal, because it is going to be wearing off right now.
Yes.
And it is a little bit, you know, when we're talking about it's the Rubik having like a Laguna Blade that could be the difference maker, you can already feel it's like Fnatic's fighting is not looking great versus Secret. As Secret continues now, it's 18k gold lead. They're feeling it very, very strong. As MP is not showing his face. Look, he's still level 22. I don't think he's hit a creep for a while. They're just they're getting heavily out-farmed now.
I think they know the way back into this game. It's not really going to be about bringing the creeps. It's about just making sure that Secret can't take a fight against you. Somehow starting each and every team fight with I mean, a lot of pressure really is on Jabs to continue to sort of find these Winter's Curses as he has done that have made it hard for Secret to really begin the fight with their full team alive. Each and every time he gets that Winter's Curse down, even onto the squishy supports, you know, that's not a bad way to begin the fight, because as this game goes on, those supports are kind of scary. If you can just take one of those out immediately, could certainly set up for the rest of the fight to go in your favor.
Yeah, it really is so much on Jabs' positioning to be able to set up. I mean, he is the big team fighter for his team. It's like, yeah, the Invoker is, of course, too, but
that's the
Jabs
setup.
really needs to get the setup for his team, exactly. They have to, it really does feel like they have to be able to get that instant jump, take somebody out of the fight so they have a numbers advantage. As they are positioned here to try to look for a jump forward. Jabs trying to nuke the wave back.
When it comes to defending as well, as you can see, Fnatic, only MP without buyback. The other four ready for a second life. Look at the Winter's Curse out onto Yapzor.
It's pretty tanky, though.
And sort of they're just buying time for the rest of Fnatic to come in with the defense. They do find the Hex down. She got the Shikuchi off in time, so still benefiting from that move spin, and Arbet did blow a BKB charge. So that is 60 seconds without the BKB for Arbet. Not quite sure if Secret did notice.
I don't know if they did.
I don't think they saw it.
I don't think so either.
So maybe unlikely to punish it at this pace as well. Secret, I guess, just waiting around again for that next Roshan.
Yeah, I mean, they're not pressing the issue. They know that they know the curse is down, but they're not pressing the issue. You can tell they're like, okay, we have a lot of gold on our heroes. I mean, 6,000 on Zai. He can pick up a full Abyssal Blade. That can be pretty useful. Like, he has a Blink Dagger. He can Blink Abyssal, or he can Blink Ulti and then Abyssal someone during the Rolling Thunder, right? So he has a lot of... I mean, they just have so much gold saved up. They want to be able to spend their money before they try to take an engagement. And they're pushing all their lanes out, too. Hell of a lot of trouble as this continues on.
Maybe look to see if he can get the catch onto Ice 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 if he pokes out too far, but Fnatic are behind Ice 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 on that high ground. It's Fnatic.
They're keeping themselves on the high ground.
Nisha's going to head up, does get the information as he sees them. Nisha popping the BKB straight away, looking for the commitment onto Arbet. Arbet gets the BKB off in time before another fight connects. Neon Disc keeping MP alive for now. Cold Embrace as well from Jabs will keep him safe as Fnatic. They've found Puppey. Zai rolling forward with the Thunder, but DJ blinks to the side. The Winter's Curse as well, holding back the Rolling Thunder. Nisha going straight for Arbet. Arbet does manage to get the Tornado out. DJ going in with the stolen Rolling Thunder, trying to find a connection, but the Laguna Blade comes down onto Arbet. Arbet buys back straight away to get into this fight. Ice 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 finds the second support on the backlines as Yapsor's gone as well. And now Fnatic, they want to strike back hard. Mid-1 gets the BKB, goes for a TP out as well, will escape. Maybe they can chase down Zai. Silence out from Ice Ice Ice. Uses him up as well, buying time for the rest of the team to come in. Brilliant snare. The self-fuels and blink out from Zai will create the distance to keep him safe.
What a nice location for Fnatic to have it. Sure, I mean, they lose Abed, who's...
I say keep him safe, but Zai, he stuck around to hit the creeps. They may just get him as DJ and Jabs, they're hunting in the trees. Zai, he's been found out. DJ with the stolen nukes, bursting him low. Zai trying to shield crush away the swashbuckle off the mark. As Zai's still alive in the trees, another swashbuckle and a blink. Zai, Greaves are popped. He's starting to get some health back. Jabs is trying to find him with this Arctic Burn as he goes across the tree line, but Zai holding himself close towards the cliff edge.
The Roche is dying right now to Fnatic. They're getting it out of this while they're trying to look for him.
They'll take this. It was nice sort of play around Zai, but Fnatic's made the space for Roche. That's a refresher shard going the way of the team. They do lose the Rubik.
And the Wyvern.
But Fnatic, they've got the fruits of Roshan. They've got that Aegis Cheese and refresher shard. I think you'll take losing your 2 supports for that.
Yeah, I mean, it all led up to a lot of things, right? It was Ice being able to play around this tree area. This is like a dream area for a Broodmother to take the fight, right? He's just playing around, killing the supports there. They lost Abed and forced the buyback, but they get, like you said, they got the Aegis and Cheese and the Refresher Shard. Nisha?
Is there going to be enough damage? No, Zai's in. Does get the bash, the Abyssal
Abyssal?
Blade holding down Ice. There's backup as well, the Laguna Blade. Ice is gone, and MP, he got baited in by Ice. He came across trying to help. Buybacks are coming out. They don't want to let MP go down, but Puppey with the Frostbite freezing field. MP gets some time at the on-disc in there to help. The curse, the combo from Abed is enough. MP still alive for now, but Nisha puts the BKB commit. That's going to be the Necrophos down as Nisha gets the connection onto Abed with the slow from the Skadi, but Abed is back up to the high ground.
Oh, yeah, you better tip Abed. Puppey just got saved from that tornado.
It's now Secret. They're outside of the base. They want to force more of these buybacks out as they're onto the mid-brags. Fortifications there from Fnatic. Is that, I believe, what that was the cheese used by MP there in that last fight? Abed. Let's get the Hex. They get the drag back. The Reaper Scythe as well. That's going to be the Pango gone. Zai's got buyback if he wants to come across towards this fight. The AoE deafening blast as Abed leads forward. Mid-1 puck the BKB, turns with the Light Strike, catches the Invoker to hold back Abed. But the Tornado still comes flying through. Heals up into the sky by Yapzor. Sunstrike's going to be attempted, but Yapzor still full health. He's brought back for this one, Zai. They're still without their captain, Pupan, for 70 seconds. Secret, can they get themselves back into this? There's no Winter's Curse at the moment from Jabs. As they're coming around with this wraparound, Fnatic with the smoke, ready to lead Abed on the front lines. Can he find some sort of opener? The Secret still down a member. Yapzor goes forward for the room, but it's a bait. Straight away with the Hex. Nisha, BKB pop, nullifies one, looking for Abed, the Cold Embrace and Lotus Orb. Keeping Abed alive for now, but the Yules, the Rolling Thunder. Zai, he's got the control. Abed's surrounded, the bash is coming out. Abed, he's falling low, he's down. Abed's got, but he's got the Aegis, he's ready for round 2. They've lost Ice, but they've killed off the Pango. Zai does not have buyback as well.
DJ with the freezing field. The damage coming up from the level 25 town. He killed them so fast as soon as they walked into the AoE.
And that's 2 more buybacks expended by Secret. Both Yapzor and Mid-1 getting themselves into the game. In fact, as you can see on the left, 9 heroes now without their buybacks available. Only Nisha still with the luxury of his own.
It was a 28k gold swing, right? All right, it was a 20k gold lead for Secret at first, right before that fight. Now it's only 20k. I mean, 8k swing. That's pretty decent there for Fnatic. As they do get Zai.
This game's certainly heating up. 55 minutes into this one. Secret, they hold the lead, but they've held that lead for quite some time as Fnatic, not a team to back down. Still showing us that they can keep these fights, make the game to look somewhat even. Considering the difference there is in net worth on these teams, Fnatic somehow still able to be able to pull out all the stops in these fights.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of clutch little plays coming in. DJ, as usual, I mean, getting that level 25 was very clutch for him to get a lot more damage coming in for his team, which did seem like they needed quite a lot. And Ice has been playing fantastic on just getting the back lines. He's dying a couple of the times, but he's allowing his team to get a little bit more space. And Abed still has saved that Refresher Shard. So still has it in his inventory, so.
But as we've seen, both the Aegis and Cheese have gone from that rush. The Refresher Shard could certainly still give great potential to Abed's combos.
All everyone picking up Aeon discs to try to avoid this Laguna that's coming up from mid-1.
I mean, with the BKBs running low as well, you've got to look to some of these sort of sleeper OP talents, I think at 25. You know, you get level 25 on the Wyvern, that 2-second Splinter stun.
That stun is so ridiculous, yeah. I think I like the idea that, you know, they understand Mid-1's gone for this build that he is pretty much so reliant on his Laguna Blade that Aeon Disc is going to be really excellent for them, because now it's not like he's a right clicker. A lot of the times we see these Linas where it's, you get to a point late game where it's like, oh my god, Daedalus, you're hitting like a beast. But that's not the approach Mid-1 went for this time. And now Aghanim's finished up for MP2. He started to finally get some more items too. These buybacks being gone, this is where we could see, you know, sure, Secret has a huge gold advantage, but a Necro ulti and no buyback available.
So
change everything.
Very terrifying position for Secret to be in indeed. And Secret actually smoking up. Ice will be back in the game. They're still without Zai for a few seconds.
Oh, DJ
towards the river.
in.
DJ. He's going to be fine for no, well, maybe not with the sentry down. DJ
has his own
popped the BKB. Looks to try and turn with the opening onto Yapzor, but Yapzor gets forced down. Nisha's actually gone in on the high ground. He's popping his BKB for this commitment. Cold Embrace is there for now, keeping Abed alive for the duration whilst that nullifier is affecting him. Yapzor rolls forward. They get the Laguna Blade onto Abed, but Abed keeps his distance with the BKB and the Ghost Wall gets out of there. Now the BKBs, they're going to wear off for Secret. Secret have to be careful now. They've blown a lot for that initial opening. Ice cold embraced again. Jabs keeping him alive, but Jabs focused down by the damage of the Weaver. Jabs will fall as Yapzor gets the follow drop. The Cataclysm coming down. He hits them all. They get themselves to CM, but they've lost Jabs. They've lost Ice on Fnatic. Abed, he's got to do something crazy to keep them in this one. As Spirit Vessel cold snaps down onto Nisha. Nisha trying to hunt down Abed. They've lost a third on Fnatic as Yapzor gets himself the double kill, finding DJ. As now Fnatic 3 dead without buyback. Only MP and Abed left to hold. Puppy knows. He buys back. He knows they've got 5 up. Fnatic, they can only present 2 heroes for at least a full minute.
They were able to isolate Ice there. It seems like he went in kind of alone as his team was starting to get, like, retreat away, right? I think DJ was in this tree line getting a freezing field off, and then he blinked away, and Ice committed forward and gets caught there by the rest of Secret.
How did Fnatic stop this with just the 2 of them? 50 seconds before Ice is back. Secret. They'll take the mid set of racks.
There's a refresher now finished up for the Invokers.
I mean, Abed needs a crazy combo to put a stop to this 5-man push as Secret on to the tier 4s. What do Fnatic have to answer for this? 30 seconds until Ice is back. 1 tier 4 to fall.
Radiant's middle tower.
MP's gonna have to just try to walk in and start something. They don't have their other guys.
They're gonna keep them away. But already Yapzor, he's got the control on the side. The bash coming through as well from side. Zai goes in with a shield crash. That's the Ancient now exposed.
They can't wait for the Brood.
They go for the game. They've got a fortification. 10 seconds until Ice put on the side. MP getting caught. The Eon Disc able to take the self. He's able to look back towards the base. But Anisha focusing down the Ancient. 3 seconds till Ice is there. Abed and MP have to do something. Zai jumps forward with a swashbuckle, the refresher. Abed, he's forced out the BKB from mid-1. The Ancient still getting pounded down. And in fact, Abed just gets double Laguna by mid-1. But Ice, he's chasing down mid-1. But Nisha looking towards the Ancient, finishes the game. GG is called as Secret will be able to close down this game 3 and bring it to a 2-1 at the moment in this best of 5 grand finals. And my goodness, didn't Fnatic give them a run for their money in that one. They kept the fight up throughout that entirety, that 1 hour long game. But at the end of the day, Secret have done it. They've managed to find the answer to the Ice Broodmother, and they have managed to defeat it here in the grand finals.
I cannot believe the fight that Fnatic put up there with that big of a deficit for the majority of that game. They were getting some clutch plays coming out over and over again, but yeah, at the end of the day, Secret just having like that little bit stronger situation where they could get this jumps off over and over again, and it was like you could see that they were like that much further ahead because MP just felt like he was on recovery mode for a long time in that game.
He did. Yeah, very hard for Necrophos to get in. We saw sort of, you know, again, this grand finals, Nisha's been having some fantastic games. You know, this match on the Weaver
Really
just causing so many issues. The itemization, to be fair, from both teams, one of the things that really sort of kept Fnatic in it for the longest of runs. But at the end of the day, clutch players like that, mid-1 just getting that refresher sent out to him, getting the double Laguna out, taking Abed out of the game at a point where maybe it looked like Fnatic could have gone for one last hold, but losing the Invokers quickly as they did, it was GG.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that you touched on Nisha. I was going to say, like, yeah, we saw a lot of plays coming out from everybody, but Nisha in this game, the way he just weaved in and out, he got that level 20.
Always went on the right target.
Of course, but he got level 25 so early, and it was so hard for them to really lock him down. He was just constantly being that nuisance, and then we'd see the fight split up because Nisha's like forcing 3 heroes away, and Ice would commit in the back, and then they'd be able to isolate one target because of that. It was really well played by the Weaver.
Yeah, absolutely was fantastic showing from both sides here as this series continues. 2-1 though at the moment. Secret taking the lead in this best of 5. We'll send you back to the panel.
Thank you very much, ODPixel and Fogged, and indeed where to start breaking that game down. An hour-long, amazing Dota gameplay just now. Secret take it. There was a lot to talk about. There was the level 25s, you got the decision-making, you got the plays. In the green room, though, one word kind of kept popping up here with Grant, Kyle, and Capitalist. And Grant, starting with you, talk to me about reach, because that was the word.
I mean, I think the biggest thing, Secret got their first pick, right? They got Earth Spirit, they got Weaver, they got these heroes who can just hide in vision, and then all of a sudden they're on top of you in less time than you can know as well. Like you said, level 25 is the Weaver, right? The 200 movement speed. That hero can just get on top of you so quick, and you can do nothing about it. You have the swashbuckle as well from Pango. It just feel like there wasn't a fight, and then all of a sudden, Secret's on top of you in less than a second. It makes it so hard. And Fnatic put up a great fight. I actually thought that game should have been over like 30 minutes, but all that reach, all those kills were so easy to get because of it.
Yeah, this was really a TI caliber game of Dota. And to your point, like with the skill cap increasing and everyone becoming just equally good, right? Everyone is good. the team that has the advantage of needing less time to make their moves, it's just so important. Because when everyone is good, when I can make a play in a quarter of a second, and you need 2 seconds, like it's just easier for me to play Dota. And honestly, Abed and DJ played out of their minds, but it just wasn't enough. It felt so much harder for that lineup to make things happen. And part of me looks at the NP item build like fully defensive on Necrophos. Whenever you're going Aeon Disc on a hero that's arguably trying to be the strongest hero on map and in a fight, it just feels bad.
What is that concept of reach? What is it supposed to be able to counter? Like, why don't we see just a bunch of heroes that can start fights from long range all the time? Like, why isn't that the kind of first pick?
I don't think it has to be a counter more so. It's just your aggression, right? You're not really countering anything. You're just getting on top because you want to start the fight, right? It's not really maybe, I mean, the biggest thing for Reach was Drought, right? Everyone's like, we gotta get to him. We gotta get to Drought. But now it's like, we can just start fights whenever we want with this Reach. I think it's just more of a general idea than a counter.
Yeah, I mean, arguably you would just play like a meat shield type that can absorb it or position in a way to prevent that fast-paced aggression to be effective. Like you just plant yourself in the middle, or alternatively have better peel and just sort of bait the right player. But it's just a tough game. It's just a really great draft from Secret, in all honesty. It's very complimentary, and I think the Pango was really the critical pick. It solved all the holes in their draft. It addressed the Broodmother, and it gave them a hero to buy those teamfight items without having to sacrifice any damage or anything at all. Like Side just did so much work. You don't see the effect of just the Greaves and the pipe.
Yeah, I guess I wanted to lead that into the fact that when we were actually walking away from the desk, you were talking about how they build around this Necrophos and how we feel that there isn't actually that kind of like front-lining, sort of initiating damage type hero that basically starts fights for you. And here, because Secret have all this reach, all these quick abilities to be able to start fights, and basically Fnatic don't have that, right? It feels like there is a serious flaw exposed in their lineup that is just being poked at by Secret constantly.
Yeah, and that fight right there, like DJ single-handedly keeps Fnatic in the game there. Takes out 3 with that freezing field, and watch this. It's so sick. He double refresher combo from Abed. I think might have already blinked out, but DJ freezing fielded again here, and then like blinked out frame before a Lina stun would have hit him. Like it's so fast. And when you have players with the reaction times as insane as they are, like the items like Abyssal Blade and Hex become super valuable because there's no delay. It's just an instant cast disable, and one of the things I love to say when I was a player is it doesn't matter how good you are, you're a bad player when you're stunned.
Yeah, never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
It's deep.
Blows your mind, right?
It really is.
Wow.
Nisha definitely pushed this Weaver to its limits. He went for this very aggressive build and also played pretty aggressively with it when it came to his positioning, but he really understood how to be able to basically put some threats on these heroes, forcing like later on in the game was oftentimes forcing out the early Aeon Disc usage, which you want to be able to have popped when there's full committal, but rather it was oftentimes Nisha just going poke, poke, poke. There goes our Aeon Disc. I'm going to back away very quickly. He played a really amazing game on this Weaver.
And it was like the opposite of what Kyle said with MP, right? You had one just going pure aggression, and then you have the other one just going pure defensive, and I mean, they're just waiting for you to come at him. It just doesn't work that well.
It was a very long game.
Yeah.
Why? Because Secret was ahead for such a long time. What made it so difficult to break the base with all that reach that they had?
I mean, it's the Roshan, and that's one of the Radiant advantages. It's just so much easier to posture around that pit. When you have an Invoker with a Refresher Shard, I mean, you don't want to take a fight into that. Like you can see, just a double Deafening Blast Cataclysm combo was enough to wipe out 2 heroes. I mean, you got to get that Roche if you want to be able to pressure high ground, and Secret just wasn't able to close it out because of all the map control you can exert in the pit when you have spider webs everywhere, and Invoker spamming spells, it's a Wyvern. Like, the team fight of Fnatic was stronger, but again, the reach of Secret was able to just find those initial kills, get the pickoffs, and then start a scattered fight where you get the one, and then you can chase for more.
Yeah, and I think Secret also, I think that was the biggest mistake, that fight they took by the Radiant top shrine. Like, I think Fog said it best, that's where the Brood wants to fight, right? All the webs there, the one fight, and I think by losing that fight, it extended it like 20 minutes because they got the Roche after that, and I think that one fight, honestly, like extended the game 20 minutes.
Yep.
Before the series started, we talked about draft and how that at the recent tournament, or at least the last couple of days, is super important and basically decided the matches. This game didn't seem like that was the case, Kat. Or would you say this was outplay? Because it was itemization, which determined a big factor of this game.
Yeah, I would definitely. There was a significant amount of itemization that helped develop this game storyline. I think the draft still gave Secret a bit of an advantage, but it was honestly Fnatic's really stellar play from their 2 supports as well as Abed that really came through and managed to almost draw this game even for them. There was a lot of little things about the itemization that were interesting for this game. MP obviously is you can really see the way that Fnatic wants to be able to play with MP in this, because they have these 2 kind of greedy playmaking cores that both want to carry the game. MP, I think there's no better example of seeing Aeon Disc, Lotus Orb, Pipe, and Force Staff in your inventory and showing exactly what kind of player you're meant to be for this team, which is just kind of soaking up attention, full team fight defensive items, and basically letting your other 2 cores do the damage.
The green hero role, as Matama Man popularized all the way back at TI7, you just kind of waddle in and you just exist.
Well,
help your team.
Let's hope that he can continue to exist, because we got a couple more games coming. Well, perhaps a couple, perhaps just one. We're going to find out. We're going to give you guys a little bit of a breather after that amazing game, and hopefully we got another amazing game